Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make 3 tasty different vegan sandwiches. This video is part of my back to school series that I am doing during the month of August. I just posted a recipe video for some easy 3 ingredient vegan after school snacks, which I will link in the description below if you want to check it out. But in this week, we are going to be focusing on lunches. So on that note, I'm going to be sharing 3 yummy vegan sandwich recipes with you all that would be perfect for school or just to take to work as well. So let's just get on to making them, shall we? First up, I'm going to show you how to make some chickpea salad sandwiches. This is kind of my play on a vegan chicken sandwich, but instead of using fake meat, we're going to be using chickpeas. So you're going to need a couple of cups of cooked chickpeas. I cooked mine from dry, but you can also use canned. Either way, you're going to mash them up in a bowl until you get to the consistency that you like. I like around 75% of them mashed. I still like to have some whole ones in there for a little bit of texture. Then we're going to add in some vegan mayonnaise. I just posted a recipe on my blog for 2 different ways to make vegan mayonnaise that is actually oil-free, and there's a nut-free option as well as a soy-free option, so that will be linked below as well. We're also going to add in some lemon juice for a bit of acidity, some Dijon mustard, and we're also going to add some poultry seasoning because typically chicken in chicken salad is marinated or cooked with some sort of spices, so poultry seasoning is vegan in and of itself. It's just a blend of spices, and I think it helps to make this salad taste a little bit more realistic. We're also going to add some salt and some black pepper to taste. And finally, toss in some parsley and then mix everything together just to make sure all the chickpeas are evenly coated. And now we're going to add in our toppings. We have some celery, some red onion, some slivered almonds, some grapes. I love the combination of sweet and savory, but if you don't want to add grapes, you don't have to. I also included some other variations on my blog. You can add in some dill, some raisins, some cherries, so check that out if you want more variety. And then now we're just going to assemble our sandwich. So we have our piece of bread. You can use gluten-free bread if you'd like, and then layer on a few pieces of lettuce. I'm using butter lettuce here if you're curious. And then we're just going to spoon on our chickpea salad. I like to make my sandwiches pretty thick so they keep me full and satiated for a long time. Then just top it off with a piece of bread and you are good to go. Next up, we're going to be making a vegan BLT using my smoky tempeh recipe. I have shown you guys how to make this recipe before, but it's been a while, and I know I always get a lot of questions about tempeh, so this is what tempeh looks like. It's basically a quote-unquote cake of soybeans, and it is fermented in a safe way, so it uses the whole soybeans, and they're sort of pressed into this patty, so it has a really nice texture. You also get some good probiotics from the fermentation process, and I honestly love it so much. So we're going to cut our tempeh into strips about 1/2 inch thick, and then we're going to make our marinade for our smoky tempeh that's going to taste similar to bacon. So I like to use a vegetable bouillon because I find that buying vegetable broth is kind of wasteful because I have to throw out that huge paper carton, and this is a glass jar so I can recycle it, plus it has 38 servings for the whole thing, which lasts me a really long time. I will link this below if you're interested. We're also going to add some tamari, a little bit of maple syrup for some sweetness and caramelization, some liquid smoke to get that nice smoky flavor, some smoked paprika because it's probably my favorite spice ever, and some black pepper to give it a little bit of a kick. Then we're just going to whisk this together until the veggie bouillon dissolves. And now we're going to cook our tempeh. Tempeh does have a sort of wang to it, like a tangy flavor, but this goes away when you steam it properly. However, I am lazy and I don't like to put a lot of effort into my meals and do things that take so many steps. So my method of cooking tempeh is, I think, the best because we add extra liquid to the pan. So first we're going to steam the tempeh in the veggie broth, and this also counts as a marinating process too because as the tempeh puffs up, it is starting to absorb that liquid. So we're going to keep steaming our tempeh, and we're going to rotate it about every 3 minutes or so just to make sure all of the sides are absorbing the liquid evenly. I think this is key to getting flavor in every single piece and nook and cranny of your tempeh. And then as you can see, the liquid is starting to evaporate. So at one point, the pan will start to look a little bit sticky and the liquid will start to thicken. And this is when we're going to act a lot more quickly, and we're going to rotate the tempeh pretty continuously to make sure all the sides of it are getting evenly coated in the marinade, and pay attention to what spots in your pan are cooking faster. And I like to sort of rotate my tempeh into those spots to make sure it gets that nice golden brown coating that you can see here. And after all the liquid evaporates, you are pretty much done. So then you have your yummy tempeh. Guys, I use this in Buddha bowls. I like to put it in salads, but today we're putting it in a sandwich because I wanted to show you how it can be a little bit more versatile. Either way, honestly, this is probably the recipe that I make the most from my own blog. I make it like at least once a week. It's so good. So then now to make our BLT sandwich, I recommend toasting your bread, especially if you're making this sandwich ahead of time. It makes it less soggy if you're eating it the next day. And then again, I'm just coating it with some of that homemade vegan mayo here, as well as some thick slices of tomatoes and some more butter lettuce again. And then you're just going to layer your tempeh on in strips. I like to do about a strip per segment of bread, if that makes sense, because they are cut pretty thickly, but you can do however many you like. If you like to double it up or want more tempeh, this bread is pretty big as well, so maybe if the bread was smaller, I would use more strips and like sort of layer them more. But anyways, now we're just going to carefully flip the tempeh up onto the lettuce, and we have our sandwich. This sandwich is hearty and filling. You got some nice plant-based protein from the tempeh and that great BLT flavor that we all know and love. Or at least I hope you guys love it, because I sure do. Last but not least, I'm going to show you how to make a rainbow veggie hummus sandwich. And honestly, you don't have to have rainbow veggies in order to have a tasty and yummy meal. This is more of a recipe idea, but if you want to have fun with your food, or if you're struggling to eat vegetables, sometimes I just think it's more fun to make them look prettier. So for our hummus, I'm using the homemade hummus from my blog. It is seriously a game changer, guys. I promise it's the best hummus you're probably gonna have in your life. You can use store-bought if you want, but I would totally recommend you check my hummus recipe out. We're also going to be using some rainbow veggies. I tried to get the full rainbow spectrum here, but guys, I'm not gonna add blueberries to my sandwich, okay? I just think that's weird. I don't get why people do that. So I just stuck with tomatoes, carrots, yellow bell pepper, some greens, cucumber, and some beetroot. And you just wanna make sure you slice your veggies very, very thinly, so it's easier for you to eat them and digest them. So again, we are starting out with a piece of toasted bread. Let me know in the comments below, actually, if you prefer your sandwiches toasted or untoasted. I definitely am the toasted route. And we're just going to slather some hummus on. I'd recommend doing this on both sides of your bread because the veggies in and of themselves aren't very filling. You're getting most of your satiating protein and fats and healthy carbs from the hummus. So for our rainbow, I started out with the beetroot, and then I topped it off with the tomato, the carrots for orange, our yellow bell pepper, and we have 3 types of greens. We got some butter lettuce, some greens, and then some cucumber. I was going like yellow green to dark green, and then top it off with another piece of bread that's coated in hummus, and you're good to go. Because there are so many veggies in this sandwich, I do like to wrap it in parchment paper. I find that it keeps everything together and ready until I am going to eat it. Also, I just want to reiterate one more time, you don't have to have the full rainbow of veggies in order to enjoy this sandwich. You can use whatever you have in your pantry or whatever veggies you have. Either way, the combination with the creamy hummus and toasty bread is really yummy. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below which sandwich recipe was your favorite, or if you have another sandwich recipe that you want me to veganize and put up on my blog, let me know that in the comments below too. I love all of these recipes, and they are pretty customizable. You can really add whatever veggies you have in your fridge, especially for the rainbow veggie sandwich. Whatever floats your boat, and if you're gluten-free, you can use gluten-free bread. You can even just make it into a salad and add in extra veggies and dressing and protein source like the chickpeas or the tempeh. So the world is your vegan oyster. If you liked this video and want to see more, make sure you're subscribed to my channel by hitting that button right down there. I post 2 new videos every single week, and also if you feel so inclined, you could give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like what you see here and you want to see more vegan lunch recipes. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an awesome day. Oh, I almost forgot. I filmed a ton of other vegan lunch inspiration videos last year and the year before, and I'm going to have all of those linked in the description of this video if you need more inspo for your back to school necessities or just school lunch inspo or work lunch inspo in general. So check those out if you want to. Now that is everything that I actually wanted to say. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time of day it is for you. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.